How much do we grasp in life out of fear and loneliness? How differently would our relationships look if we were in full allyship with ourselves? What kind of risks would we take if we knew we were eternally whole? These were some questions permeating my mind as I spent 7 whole days completely alone, but somehow not lonely at all. I have gone from one end of the spectrum, completely isolating myself for weeks out of fear of the world and others, back to a wholesome introversion that wasn't out of self-destruction but self-love. These are some things I do to enjoy my time with myself and not just be in a state of anxious coping. The first, most visceral thing is movement of any form, which is essentially just celebrating the moment with my body and inviting my whole being to be there. So sometimes it looks like yoga, meditation, or breath work. Other times it looks like offering a janky little dance to the trees and the valleys. Sometimes I do a little stretchy type of dance, or my prompt is to do the weirdest thing I possibly can with my body on the dance floor of the rolling hills wherever I am, and it invokes such a sense of play and releases any judgment. There's no need to look good or do anything. There's no such thing as doing anything well or right in this space, but something that I have definitely found myself doing a lot while traveling in Switzerland is just moving and being weird all by myself, for myself. It is a form of entertainment and inviting joy as a felt experience in the body, even if there are moments of uncertainty or awareness of others, inviting in this feeling of ecstatic expression and release. But if you feel that you're a bit slower and a bit more still in your body, prayer is something that makes me feel so connected to everything that is, because I'm just calling upon my blessings and speaking to any guides, any support that may be there for me, or even just the collective that is all moving through similar things. I love the prayer portal so much, and it also gives you someone to talk to. It keeps you in conversation with your own awareness. I think this is hands down one of the most beautiful walks I have ever done. I feel like I'm peaking right now. It's just so glorious and so much to take in. Switzerland, I always feel this way. It's so beautiful, I almost can't even look at it. I can't even process it. And that's how I feel about these mountains. They're just so grand and ageless, and I don't know, they feel so alive. I just feel their presence so strongly. Don't know how to compute. Guten Morgen. I'm waking up in a new hostel this morning, and I had the roughest travel day of my life yesterday, and I'm only going to insert this because I don't want to glamorize traveling, but I started to get a UTI yesterday, so things were hurting down there, as well as a fever from my last hostel being so stuffy and small. There were like 14 beds in there and only 2 windows open every night, and I was in the very corner at the end of where the airflow would go, and so every morning I woke up with a stuffy nose, and by the 3rd morning I had chills and a fever, and that was not good. And I also didn't sleep very well because the girl next to me was playing a TV show until like 2 a.m. and I think she had her headphones in, but it was so loud that I could hear every word of the show, and I was like, hey love, I can hear that completely, maybe you could turn it down. And I kept trying to like politely communicate, but I don't think she could hear me because it was blasting so loud and it was so bright as well right next to me. So I didn't sleep well, and I got food poisoning from something that I ate, so I was nauseous the whole day, going to the bathroom, stomach like liquid. It's still kind of this way, and the cherry on top of all of it was that my sore muscles from my backpacking trip that I did really started to kick in, so I have not been able to walk down the stairs like a normal person. I'm limping, I'm holding onto the railing. I can't get down or get up without like moaning or groaning because my quadriceps feel like they're on fire. Like doing this hurts, and same with my calf. So it's the back of my leg and the front of my leg, and I have never felt this sore. And it took a few days to kick in, which is really crazy. All of that yesterday combined with the fact that I needed to switch hostels and spent about 2 hours in transit was crazy. I got to this hostel yesterday and I just passed out right in the clothes I was wearing, and I woke up at like 6 p.m. and I have a few deadlines to finish, but I just cannot imagine staying indoors today on my second to last day in Switzerland. Like, I'm gonna pack my little bag for the day. I'm gonna get on out of here. One of the most pivotal lessons that I picked up on my mental health journey is this idea of welcoming it all and knowing that heavier and denser emotions are not something that I need to run away from or shame and guilt myself for, but rather just something to be experienced just as equanimously as joy and happiness, just as worthy of being felt and experienced. So when I'm alone and feel sad, I think to myself, oh, it's not meant to be any different. This is what we're working with today. What can we do with this energy? How can I move through the world? And today, since I was feeling slightly unwell, I decided to honor that and just give myself time to journal and make something of the moment rather than lock myself up in the hostel and kind of feel a bunch of self-pity. There's still a present moment unfolding in front of me that is so beautiful, and how can I make a ceremony out of it? And I just wanted to take a moment to let you know that today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp makes starting therapy easier and much less intimidating for a lot of people. BetterHelp lets you have therapy sessions as a phone call, video chat, or even messaging, whatever is the most comfortable version of therapy for you. They can match you to one of over 30,000 therapists in their network based on your needs, preferences, and location, which gives you access to a wider range of expertise than may be available in your city. To get started, you fill out a questionnaire that will ask you questions about what challenges you're going through and what kind of therapist you'd like, and then BetterHelp can match you with someone to help you. You'll be matched with a therapist in most cases within 48 hours, and you can schedule therapy sessions at any time that's convenient for you. If you feel like your therapist isn't a great fit, you can switch therapists with the click of a button in your settings at no additional cost. Join over 4 million people who've used BetterHelp to start living a healthier, happier life, and you can click the link in my description box or visit betterhelp.com/hitomi for 10% off your first month of BetterHelp, so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. A video this afternoon finally, and it's about 3 p.m. on my last day, which is so tragic. I am like running out the door because I just want to go on one more hike, one more lake swim, just something. I need to say my final goodbyes. I'm wearing a more scantily clad outfit than I have the past few weeks. It's not too crazy, but just open back, little booty shorts, and I'm wearing my black boots, which there's always commotion for the boots. I feel like they definitely make any outfit feel a bit more sexy, and I don't know why, because they're a practical shoe. I just felt like being cute today because I have been protecting my essence. I've been like not wanting to attract any unwanted perception. The fact that I'm walking to the train and this is the view behind me is crazy. Something that I notice when I'm spending time with friends and in community is that it's so much easier to be kind to myself and do the things I say that I'm about. But my practice since spending a lot more time alone this past year traveling is doing all those things on my own. So treating myself kindly when no one's watching, being the person that I believe myself to be when no one's watching, and truly making little rituals and moments really fun, because it's so easy to do that when you have friends around, to play games and to make things intentional. But having opening and closing prayers whenever you enter a space, or wishing things away and letting them out in the waters you're swimming to, like having fun in ritual with yourself. every single time that I have these experiences and I don't feel a bunch of depression or resistance, it feels so revealing and it feels so healing. It's like, oh, a new level of comfort with myself that I have surpassed. Because often when I travel alone, I will have moments of like, ooh, the sobering silence hits me, or like, oh, I have no one to bounce my thoughts off of, or just loneliness, and just so much like recognition of how okay everything really is and how blessed I am for that reason. I feel like I keep seeking God, and that has brought me the ultimate fulfillment.